Hello and welcome back to Prepared SLP Graduate Apps 101. We are now in lesson 3.2 of Unit 3, which will cover GPA and transcripts and GRE scores. This is going to be a shorter section here. You'll find that your carryover task will be a bit shorter as well, so you'll have some time to catch up on anything that you need to from our previous courses. So, GPA. Many schools look at your GPA as an indicator of your future academic success. Though there isn't much you can change about your GPA at this point as you're applying, what you can do is you can utilize phrasing throughout your resume, your applications, with your essays to put your GPA in a good light. So let's say that you have good to great grades. You might say, I was able to maintain a high GPA amidst various extracurricular activities, including X, Y, and Z. If you just had fair grades or maybe even poor grades, you might say, I was able to maintain a relatively strong GPA while balancing a part-time job, leadership roles, etc. You can kind of frame your GPA in a way that helps the graduate admission board know, hey, I had other things going on in my life that I also had to prioritize. Here's why my GPA might be a little bit lower, but know that your GPA does factor into that more objective measure that they're looking for. GRE scores. So some schools will look at your GRE scores as a way to compare students across different environments and different universities. So kind of making it a more standardized format versus GPA. However, there are more and more programs that are not requiring the GRE, especially after COVID. Many schools have dropped that requirement. So if the schools you apply to do require the GRE, make sure that you complete the GRE prep work, GRE test as soon as possible. Some of the best ways to prepare are things like studying flashcards and taking practice tests. And again, I've given you a resource in the past of different GRE resources that you can go through. Make sure that you peek at those and use those throughout the way. Your GRE, you'll be sending scores to schools. So as I mentioned before, you get 4 free scores at the time of the test. Have 4 schools in mind, maybe your top 4 programs you for sure want to apply to that require the GRE prior to entering the test. That way you're not just kind of sitting there trying to figure it out. Additional tests will be sent via ETS website at a cost. So we went over that cost. After those first 4, you're going to be paying about $27 per GRE score. If you haven't taken the GRE, sign up, use those practice tests and the handouts in order to study. If you had a GRE score that you didn't feel as strong, consider taking it again if you feel like you can increase that score. Determine which programs do require it, document those school codes for future use, and send those scores to the schools. That will all be done on your handouts where you'll see your access to the different GRE resources, free tests, different study materials, and then a link for those different codes for the liaison. You have completed this lesson for 3.2, applying to programs. Again, use this as a break to catch up. I can't wait to see you during our next lesson. If you have any questions in the meantime, email me at preparedslp@gmail.com. Look forward to seeing you next. Bye.